That's what we're hearing is that whistle. All right, here on week 2 of the final whistle from yours truly, Jackson Johnson and Austin Williams from Sports Talk with Austin, as we are going over our takes on each of these games. Florida giving out that hot Tua on South Florida, which basically cost the game for them. Is this the end of the Mike Gundy era? Is Mississippi State having good days ahead of them? Are happy days here again in Starkville? Well, it's all right here on the final whistle from Jackson Johnson and Austin Williams. And let me tell you something, folks. You're going to be in for a wild ride. How you doing tonight, good buddy?
I'm doing pretty good, Jackson. I got to enjoy my Saturday slate without having to watch Louisville. I got to watch them Friday night, which was kind of refreshing. Not to have to worry about your team. I know the Crimson Tide, they had a big night tonight, which we'll talk about that for a little bit. Even though they played Louisiana Monroe, they had to play a cupcake, but Crimson Tide got back on track. But pretty good Saturday all in all. And on the surface, this was a very sloppy slate. But Jackson, when sloppy slates happen, your patent signature. Yeah, and we had a couple of them. But let's not waste any time, good buddy. We've got a lots to talk about, and I'm sure people are buzzing over this. So let's talk about this, shall we? Okay. The number 1 team in the nation, Ohio State, they took care of business.
That's what it's supposed to.
Penn State did what they were supposed to do. Drew Aller and company did what they were supposed to do. LSU did what they were supposed to do. A little sloppier, but got it done. Georgia, same thing, a little sloppier, got it done.
Well, they had some bad weather today, so it's like no worries there.
Yeah, the bad weather kind of played into it for Georgia as well, but they got it done, though, all the same. And they got a showdown with Tennessee next weekend, and College Game Day will be there.
Who cares for College Game Day's going to? They're going to go to another SC place anyway.
Jackson, I love College Game Day. It's part of my morning. I still care about it, good buddy. I love watching Saban and Michael.
Sorry,
they were going to go to the back. They were going to go to the backyard brawl, but we'll get into that in a minute. Miami, looking good. Okay, here's some things we could talk about now. What in the blue hell was this? Mike Gundy, Mike Gundy, you are officially one step from getting kicked out of the state of Oklahoma. Jackson, take it away.
As our good friend of ours, Matt Zimmett said, this is similar to Tony Bennett at Virginia, because it's like Mike Gundy is in an era where he's clearly not in. Doesn't want to be in. He doesn't want to have to adjust to it. He's just like, you know what? I'm done with it. It's like that. That's just what it feels like to me. It feels like the beginning of the end of the Mike Gundy era. When you get ass blasted like that, 69-3 on CBS, on national television, it's bad. It's just terrible, man.
Yes. Here's the thing too, Jackson. We knew this game had a chance to get ugly. We knew it did. I don't think anyone's surprised that Oregon won handily. But Jackson, 69 points? Where was the Oklahoma State defense? Mike Gundy, I don't question a lot of things. I don't claim to be a head coach. But 69 points and 42 points at the half? Listen, this pisses me off, Jackson. and I'm sorry for swearing already, but this ticks me off. If you are not going to show me some heart, show me some passion, show me something, then why even play these type games?
Well, and
And
here's the
and
thing, though.
listen, Zach,
Oklahoma State was expected to be that next man up. When Texas and Oklahoma left the Big 12, they're not even close to that. They're not close to that.
mm-hmm,
I mean, Stillwater,
mm-hmm,
Oklahoma, it's looking like a complete and total trash heap right now for Oklahoma State. Like it feels like the final years of the Matt Brown era at Texas, but much worse, in my opinion. That's what it feels like to me. It's got that same vibe of the final years of the Bobby Bowden era at Florida State. That's what it feels like to
mm-hmm,
I am not liking where Oklahoma State's at right now. This is not the same Oklahoma State team that had that fire and passion in 2011, 2013, 2021. You're not seeing that from this Oklahoma State team. That team looked like
mm-hmm,
hell. Oh, we'll get there
mm-hmm.
on Arkansas touchdown talk, CFB edition. We're just talking
Yes,
about Oklahoma State at the moment, but
yes. Don't you worry, we will answer your question.
I
And he
mean,
also
like that's
says
my
28,
oh yeah,
like
it's
he says here,
depressing.
28-0. And Oregon in the first quarter is depleting and calling for Mike Gundy chopping block. Listen, Jackson, I don't know how you salvage any of your season after that. Listen, I
Well, there is plenty
listen,
of football left. So, I mean, it's like maybe if they have a better showing in conference play, maybe they could rebound from it. But I'm just not
and I
feeling like the passion is there with Mike Gundy. He's kind of like Dante on Clark's, where he's just pissed off and goes, "I'm not even supposed to be here today." That's
well,
just
that's
what
the
it
thing
feels.
too. Thing too, Jackson, is I just feel like here's the thing. Mike Gundy made the comment about Dan Lanning's team. We all know the famous comment about Oregon paid for everybody. They paid for everybody. Their players aren't true, legit, homegrown superstars. And it's just like, why did you say that, Mike Gundy? Now you not only ticked and angry duck off even more, but now you're going to really get it. Like, Oregon was probably going to beat you, but it's probably going to be like 41-17. They were probably going to be nice to you. And then you said that about him, and they're like, okay. Dan Lanning's like, okay, I have respect for you, Gunny. Now I'm going to get the belt out and start spanking you until you cry.
Yeah.
And it's all because of those stupid comments, Jackson. When is Mike Gunny going to learn to keep his mouth shut?
I
Like,
mean, like, because I was looking at like one of his sons, I think it was. I don't know who it was, but I think it was like Gage Gundy or somebody. But it was somebody really coming to bat for him. Like, because I mean, look, it's good that you got your son coming to bat for your dad. That's good. But it was
mm-hmm,
like that whole I get that he gave you everything lecture on Twitter. Like I don't know where it was, but I could pull it up. But that tells me the final days are coming in Stillwater. I mean, when one of your
and this is
relatives is having to throw out the,
mhm,
my husband, my father, my wife, my brother, my sister has given you everything. That means the
mhm,
era is close to ending. That's what it means.
mhm. And this is another good point right here, Jackson. He mentions, I get it now has changed the landscape of college football, but that can't be the excuse for everything. I agree. I don't agree with what Gundy said. Like, be perfectly honest, you field the team that you field. Now, in the ways that you choose to do that, that's up to you. And like Dan Lanning said in the presser when asked about it, he said, hey, if you want to be an elite program, you want to compete for national titles, you want the whole country to watch your games, you got to pay a little extra for some of the best 5-star talents. And Mike Gundy still chooses to go the old route. And I kind of think Jackson, which, I don't, we can't confirm or deny this, but I think that's why Nick Saban ultimately decided to leave because he was just like, you know what? This is giving me a headache. I I can't build a team anymore. People are leaving me even after we come one play away from going to the national championship. I would just like to leave. And I feel like Gundy's like was gonna be with Saban. He's just gonna be like basically, you know what? Someone else take over. I've had enough of
I'm
this.
surprised he hadn't
Does it
retired
not feel like that,
already,
Jackson?
honestly. Like, I'm surprised he hadn't retired
I
already.
am.
That's the thing.
I know, right? And I kind of feel like too, Jack. Do you feel like Jackson? Do you feel like Oklahoma State will fire him, or will he step down, which is also as we like to call the AKA fire?
Honestly,
Just doing it
I
yourself.
think it's not a matter if Oklahoma State keeps having games like this, I think
Mm-hmm.
stepping down is coming. It's gonna be coming.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I'm sure he'll have
Because
some. He'll probably like if they play like
mm-hmm.
crap against Tulsa 2 weeks from now, or if they're playing bad against
Mm-hmm.
Baylor, Arizona, Houston, and Cincinnati,
Mm-hmm.
then oh yeah, I can see that he'll be asked to leave in a nice way, where it's gonna be a we didn't fire him. We just, had there's gonna be some nice wording to it. Like there'll be like a buyout and uh, you'll know it when you see it. Like on all the pregame shows that you're watching on ESPN, CBS, Fox, all throughout YouTube and all these shows, you'll know it when you see it. You'll know it when you hear it.
Mm-hmm.
You'll hear the coding of it for sure.
Well, and it's like this too, Jackson. I know we got plenty of other games to talk about, and
We've
like
not
give
talked
Oregon
about
credit, they looked
Oregon.
great.
We haven't talked about Oregon, have we?
I mean, they looked great, Jackson. But once again, Jackson, they did what they were supposed to. I give them credit for that. But to this comment here, Jackson, it kind of feels like Mike Gundy and Oklahoma State are like that old married couple. It feels like they're still in love with each other, but they're just like, we need a break. It's
More
time for the
more
future.
like they're not really in love one another, but they're just kind of there together. They're just kind of sucking it up, being there together because it's like they haven't really thought about the future after each other. Where it's
Mm-hmm.
just Oklahoma State is, I'm sure they've thought numerous times, oh, we're gonna get rid of Mike Gundy, but nope, we don't have anybody better at the moment as a candidate. Mike Gundy's like, no, I'm going to leave Oklahoma State unless you pay me more. I'm going to go to Tennessee unless you pay me more money. I'm going to go
Mm-hmm.
to this school unless you pay me more money. Because
That's a
that's
good
what it's
point.
been, honestly. I would have gotten the
But
hell out of Stillwater, but that's just me. I mean, if I don't want to get my
I,
butt blistered by Texas, Oklahoma, and have to wait for him to leave. That's not happening. That is not happening.
I will say this though, Jackson. Real fast, let's talk about Oregon for a few seconds because they do deserve credit. 69 points, Jackson, and 42 at the half. I mean, their offense was humming. Now, how much are we going to be able to gauge of how good Oregon is? I don't know. I mean, this is impressive what they did to Oklahoma State. I'm not discrediting any of that. But Oklahoma State is a shell of what it once was. And I'm sorry to say that. In 2 weeks' time, we're really going to find out what this
Oh
team's made
man,
of when they go to
Dante
Happy Valley.
Moore had a great game. Oh my god, he had a splendid game.
Like for all you college football, mathematical geniuses or people that like to circle dates, 2 weeks from tonight, Saturday night, September 27th, Happy Valley, Oregon, Penn State on NBC. Circle that. That's going to be the marquee who's for real and who's not. Because if Oregon goes to Happy Valley on a whiteout night and wins, then they're for real. Then everything they've done means something. But good win for the Ducks, Jack. Would you like to say anything more to Mr.
Yeah, I
Lanning
mean
and his
they
Ducks?
look like a team that could really go to the semifinals and the playoffs. But again, let's see what they could do against Penn State in week 5. I mean, knowing myself, I'm scrolling through my phone, watching the Peacock app with an Oregon Penn State, and I'm watching Alabama Georgia on the TV. And I'm making sure I'm getting some stats ready for both games.
Mm-hmm. Texas Jackson bounced back nicely. They struggled a bit in the first quarter, but Arch got it together. Were you able to watch any of this game, Jackson?
Little bit. I
Or
saw
catch it?
Arch Manning having a good game, and I liked how he was because there were some people just throwing a hissy fit, throwing the baby out with the bathwater after last week's game against Ohio State, and he's sitting there telling people like, I don't know what I did to deserve this hype. I mean, I just have a last name, man. It's like I just want to earn my way through life. That's all. And Arch Manning is
Mm-hmm.
going to have great games, of course. You're going to see
Mm-hmm.
magnificent days from Arch Manning. But he does
Mm-hmm.
have but the kid has a lot to learn. That is for sure. I mean, you got easy
Mm-hmm.
non-con games. I just want to see what they could do against Florida and Oklahoma. I mean, they're gonna
Mm-hmm.
get through the patty cake non-con games.
Mm-hmm.
But oh my god,
Well,
I can't wait to get to Florida in a bit. Oh my god.
so touchdown talk says Arch is still not convincing. And here's the thing too about the convincing and non-convincing. You know, it's because he's a Manning. You either think he's the greatest thing or you either think he's overrated. Me and Jackson have kind of tried to say said, like, and Jackson has even said, and I even personally said to anyone that'll listen, give Arch time to grow. He's going to go through growing. I'm not ready to call him the Heisman front runner, the number one pick, the franchise leader, the guy that's going to win Texas the national championship. I'm not ready for that. But I'm also not ready to say, oh, he's a dud, he's overrated. I'm in the middle. He needs time to grow. And by week 7 or 8 is when maybe 9, 10, week 7, 8, 9, 10, somewhere in that range, those 4 weeks, I'll be ready to kind of give my true assessment. Right now, I'm just looking at it as okay, Arch is still growing, he's still young. That's the thing. Arch is still young. People forget it, but he's an 18, 19-year-old kid. He's gonna make stupid mistakes. And just because he's a Manning, those are under the microscope. Like if me and Jackson were out there throwing the football and we threw a pick six, no one would care. They'd just be like, oh, them average Joes throwing a pick six. Of course they would. But since Arch did it, they would highlight it more. Like he had a couple overthrows, not just last week, but today. He had a couple reads wide open. He did hit them, but there were some he was also very gunshot at throw. I did notice that. But he also made some very timely throws and made a timely run. There's still a lot to be discovered about Arch. And we're going to find out once he gets deep into conference play, like Jackson mentioned. Florida, Oklahoma, Kentucky, when they play Georgia, some of these when they get SEC play, we'll really find out what he's made of. And touchdown talk says, yep, very middle right now. Can't count him out, but can't give him Heisman status like all these reporters are. And that's where I stand. And I'm sure that's where Jackson would stand too.
Yep.
And I just think it's too early to award anybody Heisman. And Hummus
Oh,
says,
agreed.
what's up? What's up, Hummus?
What up?
Let me ask you this, Jackson. Before we move on to Clemson, Troy, because good Lord, we're going to talk about that. What's your status on Arch Jackson? How do you feel about him right now?
I think Arch
About
got a lot of learning to do. I think he's gonna be fine. I just
mm-hmm.
hope that people will stop overhyping him. Just give him room to grow. Give him room to grow. Don't throw the baby out with the bathwater. Don't throw the cart in before the horse anytime he has a great day. Just give him some room. Leave him alone. Let him do his thing. And he will succeed. I
Mm-hmm.
promise you. And if he could lead Texas to an SEC title this year or get him to the national title, or get him to the semifinals at the very least, they're going to forget about being pissed off at him about how he performed against Ohio State. That's what's going to happen. I mean, talk about fair weather fans today. There were some people really pissed off at Clemson, and rightfully so, because they were trailing 16-3 going into halftime.
Mm-hmm. And like you mentioned, Jackson, on Wednesday night, I told you Troy might be on radar upset alert watch. I did. And Jackson, you in the chat kind of blew me off. You were like, Austin, what have you been drinking tonight? What did I tell you, Jackson? Their run game gave Clemson heavy problems today. Jackson, I know you said you want to take me to Vegas and I turned you down. I might take you up on that offer. I'm on a heater right now. I'm hitting the parlays. But yeah, Jackson, Clemson very sluggish. They look like they didn't want to be there. And I don't know if the loss to LSU kind of got them in the mindset of, oh, what was me? Or if they just didn't take Troy seriously. But Jackson, in 2 weeks when they play Georgia Tech, they're going to get the same exact thing Troy gave them tonight. And if they don't fix it, if they don't fix that leaky run defense, good buddy, Georgia Tech's going to have a field day with them because Georgia Tech can run the football with the best of them, in my opinion. But go ahead.
Oh man, like Clemson, if they play like this against Georgia Tech and Syracuse, it's gonna get ugly. But I think they're kind of getting the kinks out right quick.
Mm-hmm. And like you always tell me, good buddy, I'm not going to throw the baby out with the bathwater or throw the horse in with the cart, or the cart before the horse, not the horse in the car. The cart would probably break. But no kidding aside, I just think Jackson being the number 18 in the country, and like Thomas says, if Clemson doesn't show up against Georgia Tech, they will get bludgeoned. Yes. That's the thing. Georgia Tech's for real, Jackson. I think it's and Georgia Tech's legit, Jackson. Your prediction of the Yellow Jackets being in the ACC championship game in our preseason predictions will look pretty good after that game. And Touchdown Talk says Haynes King will have 100 plus rushing, and Jamal Haynes will have 2 or 3 rushing TDs. Yeah. If Clemson does not get this leaky run defense fixed, then they're going to have problems. And that was the one thing LSU did not do last week. Yeah, they ran the ball, and they ran it pretty efficiently, but they didn't pound the rock. Nussmeier threw it, I believe. Yeah, he was 28 to 38 last week. So once Clemson faces these heavy run package teams, then they're in trouble. But with a team that lesser talent like Troy, they're able to get away with these slow starts. Like Jackson said, with the Syracuses and the Georgia Tech and the Louisvilles and the SMUs coming down the pipe, who like to run the ball and are more of a run-heavy team, they're in some serious trouble if they don't get this leaky stuff fixed. But
agreed.
I will say this, Jackson. Anything else you want to add about Clemson, Troy?
Well, I say Clemson needs to get it rocking and rolling. But in the meantime, let's get the Illinois impressive win by the Fighting Illini.
Yes. I have to admit this, Jackson, and I'll let you have your moment. So I know Illinois is kind of one of your teams that you like. I underestimated Illinois. They went into a packed house in Durham and they took care of business. That second half, Jackson, was all Luke Altmaier in the offense. Duke did make a lot of crucial mistakes, but Illinois took advantage like a good team should, and they put boots to butts in that second half, Jackson. And they proved, at least for now, they're legit. At least for right now. Go ahead, Jackson.
But I think we'll know more about whether Illinois can be a conference title contender or better yet, a playoff team if they can get through Indiana and USC in weeks 4 and 5. I think we're going to learn a hell of a lot more about the Fighting Illini by that time.
Yes. Yes, we will. And Jackson, listen, I know people are going to think, well, the ACC's bad. Here's the thing. Yes, Duke looked bad. I'm not going to deny. And
they'll throw the baby out.
No. Well, let me get to my point there, Jackson. Before you throw the baby out, I wasn't throwing the baby out. I was trying to look at the glass half full, buddy. You see?
I think the glass might be full of piss, but to each their own.
Anywho, Jackson do look good in the first half. They look like they got something to work with. And it's only week 2. We're not going to judge anybody too harshly just yet. But by weeks 4 and 5, then we're going to kind of get in that rhythm of, okay, here's where we think this team's at or could be. But as for Duke, they looked good in the first half. They looked like they could seriously win this game. And a lot of people picked Duke for the upset. I know I did. Jackson went Illinois. We split on this game, and
I thought it was going to be
I can
close.
see why. Hey, listen, Jackson, you see why a lot of people picked Duke, though, right? There for a minute they had Illinois reeling, and then Illinois did what good to great teams should do, and they got it together. They took a punch and came back and gave a couple, and then they hit the knockout club off the Duke turnovers.
Oh man, it was an annihilation. Like it was good grief.
Now, I will say this though, Jackson. This next game here, I'm going to say this. I'm going to use my tagline. Every dog has its day. And Jackson, I want you as my witness and the chat as my witness. What did I say Wednesday night? What was my upset special of the
You
week?
picked
What
Mississippi
game was it?
State. You picked Mississippi State.
That's
That
right.
was an amazing game-winning touchdown by Shaped. Like, my God.
Yeah.
Like, I think I don't want to get too early, but it's like maybe Jeff Levy can pull this off in Starkville.
Jackson, I warned everyone that would listen. Listen, Mississippi State was going to win this game because the Cowbells at night, Jackson, are something different. There's something different, Jackson, when you go to Mississippi State at night. Don't know what it is. It's kind of like going to LSU in the swamp at night. There's a different vibe about it. There's a different energy. And I knew the second this game was going to be a night game, I was like, Mississippi State's going to win this game. This is theirs to win. And Jackson, here's the thing. This Jackson here might be the most important win in Jeff Levy's career today. It probably is the most important win because with this win, Jackson could propel him forward into momentum. Now, how much momentum? I don't know. Could Mississippi State win 8 games this year? Maybe, because Jackson, their schedule is not that bad. They got a pretty nice SEC schedule. Like the league didn't do them too bad this year. So maybe they could win 8 games. I mean, the defense, Jackson, looked much better tonight.
Can they give Tennessee trouble in week 5? I mean,
yes. And you want to know something else, Jackson? I don't know
part
how
of me
much this
wants them
game
to upset Tennessee, though.
I don't know how much of this you watched, but did you see Jackson the goal line stand by Mississippi State?
Oh,
and I want
my
to point this
God,
out.
that was humongous. That
Yes.
was
Arizona took it 10 minutes down the field and got stopped 4 times. Excuse me, 3, and then kicked the field goal. Mississippi State's defensive line, and this is incredible to think about, but Jeff Levy said all week that our defensive line is way better than what it has been in years past. He's called this defensive line special. And I thought at first, okay, I'm like, that's coach speak. But Jackson, they are. Sam Levitt tonight never really got comfortable. The run game, yeah, had its moments, but go ahead.
Here's my question to you, my good pal Austin.
What's that?
Is Mississippi State this year's Indiana?
Oh, Jeffrey, if you're listening to this, cover your ears. He might not want to hear that. Jackson, you're gonna be getting a phone call in a minute.
That's okay. I'm gonna put it in a super chat on his channel. Just have some fun with him.
Oh gosh. While you have fun with that, or whenever you do.
Oh, I'm doing it now.
Touchdown Talk said no, laughing mine. Oh. I'm sorry if I'm laughing too much. I apologize, but I'm having fun over here. This is too funny. Can't get too far ahead of ourselves. Listen. Okay, bring it back down to earth.
Oh
Um,
man.
and for anybody that's new that's watching us tonight, this is how we operate.
Oh man.
We're that
I
kind
just
of
went
fun
ahead
get
and
ahead
did
of
it
ourselves.
now. I just went ahead and did it now in real time.
Oh gosh.
I'm
Anywho,
just I'm just having fun with them, man.
back on our show here. But like Touchdown Knox
Yeah,
said, we can't get
all that
too
crap
far
we
ahead.
heard, like, is Illinois this year's Indiana? No, I think that's more of a question for like the Purdue's, the Utahs, and the Mississippi States of the world. Not because I was like, not that Mississippi State would, but oh my
Mm-hmm.
god.
But Jackson, I am really proud though that I called this upset though. This was one I took a big swing on, and like I told everybody, I told everyone that if there's one upset that's going to happen, it's going to be this one. But like you said, let's wait and see. And like Touchdown Talk said,
Oh my god, he got a big laugh out of it, man. It's like I got laughing, man. It's always out of love,
yeah.
man.
But the SEC is a little suspect early on, where anything can happen. Talked about them. Yeah, and we're about ready to get to it here in a minute, which Jackson we'll talk about it probably more than I will because we shooed this game off. Both of us did, but Jackson especially did. He called it a butt whooping, but we'll get to that in just a second. And Touchdown Talk also says it's a win that could turn the ship around and improve two or three games from last year, and I agree. Um, in my preseason prediction, I had Mississippi State going 6-6. I thought they'd be a bowl team. From everything that I saw, from their spring practices to the way the players are talking and the way Jeff Libby, it seems like the players and everyone in Mississippi State loves Jeff Libby. They want Jeff Libby to succeed. And I hope for them they do, because last great coach they had was Mike Leach. And unfortunately we know what happened there. RIP to the Pirate. He had
Yeah.
something cooking. I'm just hoping they get back on track and get to winning 7-8 games again. But this was a great night for Starkville. And Jackson, this will be one that I will remember for quite a long time. When everyone doubts you, sometimes it's good to prove them wrong. Mississippi
Mhm.
State, I might just buy a shirt now because you helped me prove a lot of people wrong tonight. But
Well,
and like
I
tagline
like
says,
Mississippi
Jackson,
State a lot better than Florida, that's for sure.
we'll get to Florida here in a second, but to hit my tagline, every Bulldog has its day. Get it? Because of the Bulldogs? Anywho, that's bad playing on joke. Um,
Every Bulldog's got
Jackson,
day,
is it
no
time?
doubt.
Yes. Have we been disrespecting South Florida too long? Take it away.
I've been saying South Florida could give Miami trouble. I just didn't think they were going to be giving trouble that quick. I'm like, are we ready to see them as that group of 5 team that gets to the playoffs? All I could say right now is
Mm-hmm.
3 words. Yes, definitely. Absolutely. Because
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to tell you right now, like it's like this is the same team that was giving Alabama a lot of trouble the past 2 seasons. Should we have seen this coming? Absolutely. I mean, this team was giving Florida a lot of trouble, and oh my god, don't even get me started on what Florida was doing. Like, like one of the players, like, did anybody see that game where one of the players was spitting on the guy, and it was a 15-yard penalty? That was like
Mm-hmm.
one of the plays that cost Florida. And that's what I meant earlier in the show, where one of the guys where Florida was giving that hot Tua. But when you give that hot Tua on another player, it's just gonna cost you 15 yards. I mean, that guy that was doing that, I could tell he never had his ass whooped. I can tell you right now. He's lucky he didn't. He's
Now,
lucky he
here's
didn't play in the 1970s. Like if he pulled that crap, he'd have gotten his ass whooped for that. Like, my God, like, you don't go
So,
spit on a guy. That's a no-no.
Jackson, did you hear what the head coach Alex Golden said in the post game interview when he was asked about his team? He said, "This isn't the same South Florida. We're a different team now. This
Yep.
is this is a team that needs to be respected." And I'm like, "You're so right, Mr. Golden." And
$500,000 to get beat. 500,000 by Florida.
mm-hmm,
Oh my God.
mm-hmm.
Too funny.
So that begs the question, though, Jackson. How does Florida rebound, though? Because you know who they got next Saturday? They got to go to LSU
LSU
at
and
night.
Miami. Miami is gonna
Like
screw this
Jackson,
up somehow. Like if they don't screw it up against South Florida, they're gonna screw it up against Florida. I'm sure. Like it's just like the state of Florida in college football. It's a freaking train wreck. Like and it's like it doesn't look like a train wreck right now, but somebody is gonna be looking like a train wreck real soon. That's what we do now.
now
It's
here's
not
my.
like no. I mean,
Let me
like
ask you
Billy
this, Jackson.
Napier, man, like bro's a complete dumbass. Like he's a dumbass. Like why is it okay? Like why are you okay? Your players like spitting on the guy. No. That's so I
Free
mean Billy Napier would
Jackson.
be the coach to lose to South Florida but beat LSU in my arrogant opinion. Agreed. Why
And
do I have a
Jackson is
feeling
that
something like that's going to like, oh my God.
Jackson. I
This
swear,
is
next week.
like I cannot wait to see what Squidtard has to say about this game. Like I'm gonna be like get my popcorn, my Coca-Cola ready for the Squidtard week 2 videos. Kind of like how Urinating Tree has his NFL content ready for the This Week in Sports Ball. Like it's educational TV, ladies and gentlemen. Like I'm
Jackson.
just gonna tell you right now, I'm getting inside just thinking about it. Like what comments he's gonna have on Florida. Like I'm just pins and needles thinking about it.
Here's
Oh
the
my God.
thing, too,
Like the
Jackson.
shoe throw against LSU in 2020 and the hot Tua spit 5-6 years later, costing yourself a game against South Florida, and you're shelling out 500 grand and getting your ass beat. Well, not beat, but losing the table, but still. That's embarrassing. Embarrassing. But a great win for the South Florida Bulls. Humongous program defining win for South Florida. I tell you what.
Yeah. And now let me ask you this, Jackson, and to all of the chat out there. When the AP poll comes out tomorrow morning, will South Florida be in the top 25 after this win? Or
Yes, definitely, absolutely. The better question is Florida in the top 25? Not no, but hell no. Not my
I don't
power
know,
rank.
Jackson.
I don't care.
I
They
think
should be
they
knocked
might,
out. I'm knocking them out.
Jackson. I feel like Florida might be right on that cut line, and plus they're playing LSU next week, so they might want to
I
keep it
don't
in the top
care.
25
I
for
don't care if
ratings.
they're going to Manhattan and getting their nails painted. I don't care. Like, if you're losing because one of your dumbass players is spitting on a guy, costing you 15 yards, costing you the game, you should not be in the top 25. I don't care what your brand name is. I don't care if your brand name is Gucci. You are not in the top 25. You're out of there, pal. Like I know that when I do my top 25 rankings, Florida's not in it. I do a bear. I put South Florida in that little cusp of the top 15 because they have earned that win, ladies and gentlemen.
Yes. And I will say this though, Jackson. The thing about this too, and I want to make this clear, is I'm with you. I think South Florida will be ranked because they have earned it. And if they beat Miami next week, Jackson, not only will they have beaten Florida, Miami, and Boise, Jackson, if they can run the table there should be no questions. I know it's only week 2, but if they run the table, go unbeaten, win their conference, they should be the playoff team. I don't care if Tulane goes undefeated too. Those 3 wins alone may just make South Florida a playoff team, in my opinion. I'm just saying. And as for Florida, you brought it up, Jackson, before we came on air, but is Billy Napier back on the hot seat in Gainesville?
Yes. In order to get back out of it, he needs to make sure he's got Florida beating LSU and Miami, or basically just beat one of the 2 opponents and make sure they have a good showing against Texas. Because I'm going to tell you right now, they're going ahead and they're going and looking. If you think they aren't, well, I'm going to tell you right now, you're sadly mistaken.
Yeah, I do too, Jackson. I think Billy Napier was probably lukewarm entering the year, but this loss just put him back on hot. Like he's not steaming, but he's hot. Mike Gundy's steaming. Like Mike Gundy's about to overcook. That's how much of a hot seat he's on. And like Touchdown Talk said, if Billy Napier loses,
he should be
to all 4 Florida teams and 2 more teams, is he gone? So what do you think?
Out. Get out of Gainesville. I mean, this is your 4th year, and your player doesn't know how to act right. Oh my God! Like, I gotta look. I gotta remember his name. Like because it was somebody. It was obviously someone on defense. Like, my God.
I'll say this, Jackson. Don't be surprised, but Kentucky. I think if they don't beat Kentucky, then we know where they stand. Because Jackson, they haven't.
I don't even think it's going to get to that point. I don't even think it's going to get there to that point, honestly. And let's see. Yeah, the defensive lineman. Let me see. Oh, Brendan Bett. Yeah, he made a real good bet. Yeah, I'm sure that's real okay. Like, yeah. Brendan Bett's the biggest dumbass in the land. He is the biggest dumbass in the land.
Mm-hmm. But Jackson, you want to know who's not? Florida State.
Now, Mike Norvell made a lot of adjustments in the offseason. He's like, okay, what I did wasn't working for 2024. So I'm going ahead and just going staff irons all over the place. Come on in, Gus Malzahn. Come on in, Tony White. And they're just going to be fine. And you know what? They're born fine. They upset the Alabama Crimson Tide, annihilate them from God and everybody. And they break their own record against East Texas A&M in most points scored. I swear to God, it's like James Holtzhauer breaking his own record on Jeopardy, for like one-day records on a daily basis. That's what it feels like with Florida State right now. I mean, they're getting these rocking and roll, but I mean, yeah, it's against East Texas A&M, but still, a win is a win is a win, no matter what.
They looked great today, and maybe Florida State's back, Jackson, like you said. East Texas A&M, can't put much stock in it, but great win by Florida State. Our nightcapper, Jackson, Michigan, Oklahoma, 7:30. This was our nightcapper in Oklahoma, Jackson. John Mateer, I am going to officially go on record, and I need to apologize publicly to Mr. Mateer. I am sorry for thinking you were not a good quarterback. I had my doubts about you, but you proved me wrong a lot tonight. Now, you still made some error throws tonight on those seam routes, but go ahead, Jackson.
Oh, you don't need to apologize, buddy. Like, it's all good. But I'll tell you this, when Bill still has his sights on a team, that means they're going to be good, especially in the preseason. When he's got a team as his number one surprise team most years, that means they've got good things ahead of them, especially the Oklahoma Sooners. I mean, they're getting things rocking and rolling in Norman right now. And I could tell you right now, I would not be surprised if they are a playoff team the way they're playing. Now, Michigan,
Jackson,
don't throw the baby out with the bathwater on them just yet. There's plenty of football remaining. Let's see what they could do the rest of the regular season. Although I think they're starting to get a little disappointed. I mean, hyped up Bryce Underwood a lot, and again, Bryce Underwood is all good, but I think people need to kind of back off on Bryce Underwood. They need to bat their asses off him because if they don't, he's going to be making mistakes he really shouldn't be making.
Jackson, and the thing is, I noticed this tonight in Michigan, and you can even correct me if I'm wrong, Jackson, in chat too. But Michigan has the same problem as Notre Dame. They have a good quarterback, have a good to great running game, but they have no deep threats to pull the top off the defense. Jackson, Oklahoma's defense was not scared at all tonight. Did you
Yeah.
see how many people they had in the box, Jackson? They were putting blitzes and exotic things that Brent Venables did at Clemson. And he was just basically saying, we don't think you could beat us, Steve. Donovan McCollum had the longest play of the night, and they even said it was the longest play they've had in almost 2 years. Jackson, Michigan has a Notre Dame problem. They can't threaten the defense. And listen,
Oh man.
against the inferior opponents, yeah, you'll be able to run the football and get out of there with the win. But against a team like Oklahoma, who has a good secondary, who has a formidable front seven, you're not going to be able to run the ball. It's not going to happen. You're going to have to throw it. You're going to have to take the top off the defense. You're going to have to be able to make that defense make that adjustment. Be like, okay, we're going to make you pay for coming up in the box. And Michigan could not do that, and that worries me going forward, Jackson. I mean, and the offensive line looked a little leaky. And Oklahoma, Jackson, Deion Burks, the receiver who was not recruited by Michigan, but he was from Michigan, he torched that secondary tonight. He had a big day. Michigan, Jackson, I know there's a lot of football left, but they looked very unconvincing and uncompelling tonight. I am very concerned for them going forward. Like, if John Mateer and Oklahoma are looking like this, I mean, not John Mateer in Oklahoma, wrong team.
Michigan.
If this is what Michigan looks like going forward, it's going to be another rough year. And Jackson, you don't think the hot seat talks are going to start with Sharon Moore?
Oh my God, it's coming. If Michigan's having a real bad year and a bad start like they were last year, then oh yeah, it's coming. But they could just like save themselves with another win over Ohio State. Just be like, yeah, we suck, but we beat Ohio State.
And Rough Rider returns to the wonderful evening in Soonerland. Absolutely. If you're an Oklahoma Sooners fan, this is salvation for all Sooners fans tonight. A top 15 win at home, and for at least one night, the night is yours. And as for Brent Venables, Jackson, I don't want to throw the cart in before the horse, but I think Jackson, he might be safe for now. In my opinion, if they could beat
What
him
is it that I said about Brent Venables, like in the preseason? That I said that like he was in a similar spot as his former boss, Dabo Sweeney. People talking that smack, talking about how god awful he is, how he needs to be fired, how his butt should be on a platter. And the previous season they ended it with a loss to a group of 5 team at a bowl game, much similar to 2010 Clemson, right? And 2011, Clemson surprised God and everybody, especially on the adjustments they made on the offensive staff. And they showed it against Auburn. They showed it against Florida State and Virginia Tech in the 2011 season, thus surprising everybody by winning the ACC. I'm not saying Oklahoma's going to surprise everybody by winning the SEC, but I am saying if they are, then this is step one for the Oklahoma Sooners on their improved offense with John Mateer at QB and Ben Arbuckle as the offensive coordinator.
And Touchdown Talk says, "OU top 3 finish in the SEC, book it." Oh, hold on. Woo-wee. Let me star that one right there. I'm going to star that one right there, and we are going to revisit this in due time. Woo! I know I've picked some crazy things in my time, good buddy, but this could listen. I'm not saying he's crazy, but that's a gutsy pick, and I admire him for doing that. It takes a lot of guts to do that because the SEC has got Georgia, Texas, Bama. That there's still a few teams.
Mhm.
Florida, I know some of those look iffy right now, but we got a lot of games left to be played. But we're going to revisit
Yeah.
that. I like his
I
moxie.
I think
That's moxie.
I still think he's the guy for Oklahoma. I think he's bringing that magic for Norman, Oklahoma. I mean, I know it's not as quick as Lincoln Briley. I know it wasn't as quick as Bob Stoops, and it sure as hell wasn't as quick as like Barry Switzer, but still though, they're gonna be fine. They're gonna be fine.
Mhm.
Now, let's get to the Cy
Here,
Hawk Trophy game.
well, not yet, Jackson. I got some things to say. See this? See this? Jackson's just mean and bossy, people. This is what happens when you work with him. But in all seriousness, though, here's the thing. What I want to say to this is, I'm like Jackson. I think it all comes down to, like you said, if he wasn't in Oklahoma, that's my thing. I feel like because he's in Oklahoma, there's all the pressure in the world on it. I know that comes with the job, but if he was at like Boston College or Michigan State and he was winning 8, 9 games every year, they'd be tickled. They'd be
Oh,
celebrating,
they'd be
throwing
treating
confetti.
him like royalty. That he'd have the massage therapist and everything.
Exactly, and that's why I think a lot of people always say this is pivotal. I think Brent Venables is a great head coach, especially a great defense mind. We saw that on display tonight of what a defensive mastermind of a game he can make. But it's because he's at Oklahoma. That's the only reason why. But if he was at like a Boston College or, like I said, a Michigan State or a Purdue and he's winning 8, 9 games, like kind of like Jeff Brom. Jeff Brom had no pressure at all at Purdue. Like if they went 6-6, they were tickled. But when he beat Ohio State and took them to the Big Ten title game before he left for Louisville, they were tickled. They were blessed that they were like, I thought we'd never get back. We'd never get here. It's one of them. It depends on what you're at. Like Kalen DeBoer, I think he's a great head coach. What he did at Washington took them to the national championship game. They were blessed and happy and tickled to death. But at Bama, if you don't win a national title, you suck, and we're going to fire you. And that sucks if you're a blue blood program. And touchdown talk, because it all comes down to LSU last week of the season. If they win Red River, they will be. Okay, we'll circle back this. I like it. But like Jackson said the Cyhawk game, Iowa
Yeah.
State, and Jackson, the curse is broken. Iowa State, their first home win against Iowa in 6 tries, and the curse is also broken that the road team did not win this game today. But it was the day of the kicker, Jackson. It was the day of the kickers.
Yeah.
54 yards back in the net and booted it. And Iowa State celebrates a nice side win.
Oh man. And it's their first win at home against Iowa since 2011. That's what makes this game
In
even
six.
better for Iowa State. And I'm gonna tell you right now, if this game, if Iowa State is on the verge of winning their first conference title since 1912, this is step two of that road right there.
Mm-hmm. And of course, Jackson, Iowa fans, you know, well, they're upset, of course, because they want to beat their rival. But I've seen some Hawkeye fans today on Twitter, Jackson. You know how Twitter can be, and of course the chat. They were upset. They were like, "We need to fire." A couple of the crazy ones were like, "We need to fire our offensive coordinator. We need to fire him. We need to bench Mark Winkowski." And it's just like, whoa, let's chill. They're like, we have no passing offense. Like that may be true, Iowa, but let's not throw the baby out with the bathwater here. Like, did you ever think maybe part of that is you were playing a good defense at Iowa State too? Like I know, like Jackson, Iowa fans. Like here's the thing, Jackson. Like yes, I understand. Iowa likes to run the ball like Michigan, and then they like to play action. And I understand when they have to throw it absolutely have to throw it, they look lost. But it's one of them things, Jackson. It's just like I feel like Iowa, some of their fan base feel like when they got rid of Brian Ferentz, they felt like they were going to be scoring 30, 40 points a game with a great defense. And it's just like, that's not how it's going to be, guys. Like, not even close. Like, you're still Iowa. You're still going to run the ball, and Kirk Ferentz is still going to have his input on this offense. He's still going to want you to run the ball, Pittsburgh Steelers style, smash you and bash you, in my opinion.
Oh man.
So for all the Iowa people, let's settle down. And it was a rivalry game. Now, for Iowa State, Jackson, I'm going to say something right now, maybe controversial. Iowa State, I think, is the favorite to win the Big 12 if there was one. What do you think, Jack?
I concur. I could see that happening, honestly. It would not surprise me. I mean, Big 12's been having a midday, but this was the greatest
Mm-hmm.
part of their day today. Iowa State defeating Iowa. But so is this
Mm-hmm.
next
And
game we'll get
Jackson,
to in a little bit.
yes. And like Touchdown Talk said, Iowa State should be favored. Yep. And I said Iowa State's going 9-3. And like and Touchdown Talk says Texas Tech number 2. Oh, don't get Jackson started. Jackson, don't look at that.
I'll
If
have to
Texas
see
Tech
to
is favored
believe it
anything,
with Texas Tech, but we'll wait and
mm-hmm.
see. We got to see the rest of the season
Yes.
first. They do have great games.
Mm-hmm.
I'll give
But
them that. But I'm not feeling like they're contenders just yet.
mm-hmm. And what he said, yeah, and like I said, I predicted Iowa State to go 9-3, and I'm going to still stick by that prediction. But after what I've seen today, I've got no choice but to acknowledge them as the favorite. I mean, Kansas State, we'll get to them in just a second. They're looking like a dung heap. TCU, we need to find out more about them. We'll get to Baylor here in just a moment. Is Baylor for real, or what are they exactly? The Big 12 is kind of a mystery, and it's too early to write off Arizona State, of course. But right now, Iowa State, I think, is the favorite. They should be the front runner to go to AT&T Stadium and possibly to be the Big 12 representative. But Baylor, Jackson upset SMU in the Pony Express, and Jackson, this was as high scoring as it could have got. Sawyer
Oh
Roberts
man.
and Kevin went throw for throw, but the kickers, once again, Jackson, ruled the day. SMU missed a game-winning 57-yard field goal, but Baylor, 27 yards out, nails it. Or 20, it was a 20-yard in double overtime, and Dave Aranda gets a season-defining win, perhaps, in
Well, so,
Dallas.
yeah, I mean, like I'll say this. I mean, if Baylor's on a road to recovery, this game is step one for road to recovery right there. Because I mean, it was like even when they lost to Auburn, they outgained them in yards, in total yards. That's insane in of itself. You don't see that in a loss usually, but you saw it with the Baylor Bears, and you saw them bringing their A game against the SMU Mustangs. Now, SMU, I mean, I will say, like me personally, when I'm doing my top 25. They're still my top 25. I'm put Baylor in top 25. Like, I got Baylor higher ranked than Florida. Let's put it that way. I got SMU ranked higher than
Mhm.
Florida because, like, I don't like what Florida was doing today. But Baylor, man, they got it rolling. They found a way to win, and good teams always find a way to win. And honestly, if they can get on a winning streak for the next 4 games before they play TCU on October 18th, that shows me Dave Aranda is more than good to go. I mean, down 14 with 16 minutes late. Agreed. Agreed. That's exactly what I'm talking about. Finding ways to win.
Mhm.
Baylor is one of those teams. Getting it done.
And you want to know something else too, Jackson? I,
Sad.
and it also shows Jackson they haven't given up on Dave Aranda either. For all the talks about, to this point here, teams would quit. if Baylor was like, you know what, Dave Aranda, we're done with you. We don't want you here anymore. Like, let's just stop. Their heartbeat never stopped, Jackson. They love that coach. They want Dave Aranda there because they came back and they won this game. They wanted it more. And Sawyer Roberts Jackson on the last drive was near perfect. I'm going to say this right here now, Jackson. SMU has got some very, very big flaws. The
Oh
the
yeah.
the ACC Jackson is starting to show itself of some things. And it's just like, I know it's week 2, but they're showing a lot of their flaws right now going forward. But this is a great win for Baylor. Great win. They needed it not only for possibly a season saving, but maybe to save Aranda's job. And Touchdown Talk says Aranda is one of their best chances for the CFP and to win a game in it. Yes. What do you think, Jack?
Oh yeah, I could see that. I could see that. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
like we just have to sort out the Big 12 first, and then we'll know what's up. But I think SMU, they're gonna be fine in ACC play, and that game doesn't really change anything for them really. But I mean, Texas A&M, yeah, you did a good job against Utah State. Let's see what you did against Notre Dame next Saturday on NBC. Now
I was just
let's talk about this Ole Miss Kentucky game.
Oh, Jackson, whoa, calm down. Let me get my thoughts in. I know you're in a hurry here, but calm down. Let's chill. But hold your horses. I know we're getting ready to do Kentucky, and that's the horse state, but hold your horse, Jack. Um, Good job, Texas A&M. You didn't look ahead. Little, yeah, Jackson. If Texas A&M wins next weekend, Jackson, you know the hype train's going to start for
Oh
them.
God.
I mean, and then the Notre Dame hype is going to die next weekend if they lose.
Oh
But
yeah.
good, good for you, Texas A&M. Good for you, and Mike Elko. I am happy for him.
See you
I do
next
like Mike
Saturday.
Elko.
See you next Saturday, Tessina. Bye bye.
Jackson, I have to say this. You're just like that one family member that's like, I've had enough of you. Like, bye, bye,
But I
shoo.
like Bronco
Like,
Mendenhall from Utah State, so it's like I got a soft spot for him. So.
like that's what you are, Jackson. You're like that one person. You're like, you've overstayed your welcome. Shoot. And that's what Texas A&M's done with you. Jackson, we'll get to Ole Miss, Kentucky. Calm down. Stop cussing the storm up over here. See anything like to work with?
Oh,
Um,
thanks, buddy.
Ole Miss, Jackson. They right the wrong of last year's game. They beat Kentucky. Um, Austin Simmons Jackson has got a lot of growing to do.
Oh
Back-to-back
man.
games, he's thrown 2 picks. And Ole Miss Jackson, their defense is legit, though. That's the thing. Their defense, Jackson, is legit. They came up with fourth down stop after fourth down stop. Lane Kiffin has got himself a defense now. If
Oh
they can
yeah.
just get some decent quarterback play, Ole Miss might be a threat in the SEC. But go ahead.
I mean, that was a huge win by the Rebels. I mean, this was gonna be closer than the experts had. Like, I think I had this game as like an Ole Miss 28-24 victory on Wednesday. Like, am I correct on that, Austin?
Yes, I had Ole Miss by a field goal.
Yeah, because like both of us thought this gonna be closer than the experts. And I mean, why the hell is anybody putting Ole Miss at -9.5? I mean, that just meant more like put Kentucky plus 9.5. I mean, if you put Kentucky beat the spread, that's a win right there, and it's a smart move.
I mean, here's the thing, Jackson, about Mark Stoops. These are the kind of games he lives to play. Like next week against Eastern Michigan, it'll be like a slugfest 17-10 victory. They'll show no life until the last 2 minutes. But against like your Texases and your Floridas, they'll play their best game they have all year. And I kind of figured going into today, I even said Wednesday, I was like, don't be surprised if Kentucky wins this game. Don't be surprised. This is just what he does.
Well, on the bright side of this game as well, this is another bright side. Like they had Sean McDonough calling that game. So I was like, that's a win
That's
there.
true.
I just want to see if he's going to be
Yes.
called Florida LSU, which they're going to make. Like his enthusiasm is going to die when he calls Florida LSU next week. I'm sure.
Mhm.
If they are like, you're going to have that poor man call Florida LSU, morons. That's what's going to happen. They're going to. He'll just go. And it's caught touchdown for Garrett Nussmeier. Like, and then like when he gets off the mic, he's gonna go, "Let's get the hell out of here."
Hey, Jackson, he's got to throw out his puberty voice once to make it seem like he's trying. Get the core touchdown, Florida is back in front for the first time in 25 minutes of game time or something.
Oh man, he'll
That's
figure out
what
something. But yeah, like
But
Ole Miss,
Jackson,
Kentucky, that was a great one.
let's
Huge.
talk about it, Jackson. Let's talk about it, good buddy.
Oh man.
I know you like to be grumpy about these things, but let's talk about it, good buddy.
Well, we beat
Alabama.
Louisiana Monroe 73-0. I mean, that's what we're supposed to. But if you want to know more about my thoughts on Alabama, Louisiana Monroe, you could check out my
Whoa,
thought.
whoa. Time out. TV time out here, good buddy. Time out. I understand you got to promote your stuff too, good buddy. And I admire that. But this is our show, good buddy. You
I
give your
know,
thoughts on
but
ours.
nobody wants to be hearing about Louisiana Monroe. But I will say though, we did what we were supposed to do. We smacked Louisiana Monroe off the face of the earth. Thank God for that. And where are those doubters today? Like, where are the doubters? Where are the people that were saying, "Oh, Bama's going to lose to UL Monroe"? Where are they? Where are they? That's what I want to know. Where are they? They're hiding. They're hiding. They're hiding under their beds,
Wait,
under the covers. What they're doing.
I'm gonna be like a coach here. Time out. There was people actually picking UNL Monroe to beat you guys.
Oh yeah, there were like some people like, oh, if Louisiana Monroe beats Alabama, it's like they were saying it like they wanted it to happen. Like, bro, that ain't gonna happen. That ain't gonna happen. It's
Listen,
not a matter. It
I'm
wasn't
not a
gonna be a
betting man.
matter of if Alabama beats Louisiana Monroe. It was gonna be a matter of how they beat Louisiana Monroe.
Listen, Jackson, and I know for all my college football bettors out there, and I normally am not a betting guy, but Jackson, I would have bet the farm that Alabama would have won this game tonight. There is
Obviously.
no way
Because you're
in
a
the blue.
smart man. That's why I say I'm taking you to Vegas with me.
Jackson, there is no way on this blue-green earth that we walk on that anyone would pick UNL Monroe. Maybe to cover the spread, maybe, but to win this game, I would bet everything I own on it. That's how much confidence I have in it. Anywho, let's move on, shall we? Get me upset.
Tennessee, Josh Heupel has Bobby Hill Riz. Move on from that.
Hey, college game day is coming to town next
I don't
week for
care.
Georgia.
I don't care. They came to town for nothing.
Jackson, that's a big deal. Tennessee doesn't get game day all that often.
Yeah, but they're
That's a big
supposed to.
deal.
They're Tennessee. It's a big deal for a school like in Indiana. It's a big deal for a Kentucky or a Vanderbilt and a Mississippi State. It's not supposed to
It's
be
a
a
big
big deal if you're a Tennessee or Georgia. Like if you're a coach, you don't sit there and go, "Oh, college game day's there. We're oh oh shit." Now I got stage fright. Kirk Herbstreit and his dog are watching. Like I don't care. Like if I were a coach, I wouldn't be doing that. Yes, you did,
yes,
Steve.
you
Yes,
did.
you did.
Yes, you did.
I
And
hope
we
they.
didn't.
I hope they embarrass Mike. I hope they upset. I hope they do the same thing to Miami that they did today to Florida. But I am just really going at Florida tonight. I can't help it. Indiana beat Kansas State. Yeah, you're supposed to. Great game by Fernando Mendoza. Texas Tech, great game against Kent State. Good for you, but weren't you favored by 48.5? Yeah, that's a bad beat. Yeah, no, I'm not putting that on a bet list. I mean, I'll bet money line, but not the spread. Like, because I don't want to come half a point short. I don't want that. Oh my god, Utah beats Cal Poly. They're supposed to. Minnesota scores 66 points. Now that's impressive right there.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, uh,
Virginia blows it at the goal line, Jackson. A
oh
pick in
man,
the end zone. Oh, I
that
told
was
you,
a
Jackson.
close one. As a close
Jackson,
non-con game. Go ahead with your thoughts, Austin.
I'm getting frustrated because I told you Virginia was going to win Wednesday. I even said I was like Virginia's going to win this, and they almost did. But you threw the pick in the end. Jackson, I screamed at my TV when they did that. I was like, I was so mad because I had talked so much. I was like, Virginia's going to win this. This is a new Virginia. Tony Ellitt's getting them turned around, and Virginia's gonna be a team that will win 7 games every year. It'll no longer be a laughing stock. And they threw the pick at the goal line. I screamed at the TV. I was like, son of a gun, Jackson proves me wrong again. I'm like, dadgummit. I wasn't upset that I was wrong to you, Jackson. I was upset that Virginia got my hopes up, and I was talking so good about it. You know what, Virginia? I'm not going to pick you again. You know what? Listen, screw you, Virginia. You could go. Shoot. Anywho, I'm so sorry for that rant.
Oh,
Damn
you're good,
Virginia.
man. Oh man. But that was a good one. It was a good non-con game. But before we get to UConn, Syracuse, I want to bring up Steve's comment. Am I the only one tired of seeing Herb Street bring his dog everywhere? No, you're not the only one. But at the same time, I do think it's nice seeing his dog. I mean, because like if I ever, if I get to a point where I do meet Kirk Herbstreit, one of the first things I will do is like talk with him a little bit, and then when I see his dog, I'm probably just gonna like give a pet to his dog behind his scratch on the ears. Like that's what I'm gonna do. You know, just
I like golden retrievers. I'm an animal lover.
they're awesome. Like golden retrievers are lovely. Like oh my god, like oh my god, they're God's gift. I can tell you that right now. But dogs
But
are the best,
Pitt,
man. They are man's best friend for a reason.
but Jackson, Pitt looked good today. Pat Narduzzi's getting it cooking down in Pittsburgh. Good for them. Which Pitt, West Virginia, was going to be college game day. But like they said tonight, because Ohio, which we'll get to here in a minute, beat West Virginia.
Now
Thanks,
game day
Rich Rod.
is now college game day is a big deal for schools like Pittsburgh. It is a big deal for schools like Pittsburgh and Syracuse. But if you're like Georgia and Tennessee, you shouldn't have to be sitting there hoping and crossing your fingers saying game day will go to me next game. Yeah, game day always goes to you guys. Like it's special for a team like a Pittsburgh. It's special for a team like Cal. It's special for a team like Syracuse. It ain't that all that special for a team like Tennessee. You were saying.
I mean, when that's the thing too, Jackson. Because Jackson, what's the biggest dream you always tell me you have? Like within the what we always talk about, it's the backyard brawl going to game day.
Oh
A
man.
game day going to the backyard brawl. Because remember a couple years ago, Jackson, you were very, very upset. You were like visibly mad that they chose another game over that, and you thought they should have because it might have been one of the last ones. Well, if West Virginia had won, your dream would have came true tonight. That's where they would be going next weekend. But instead, they're not, and they're going to Georgia, Tennessee.
Oh yeah.
I mean,
that's okay.
Story. That's okay. But Jackson, another thing. What did I tell you about UConn Syracuse?
It was gonna be a close one. Did you see the after part of the game?
Yes, where he made him run.
Oh yeah, I like that. I thought that was pretty cool. Yeah, I'm running sprints.
A lot of people, Jackson, were saying that's child abuse. That's child abuse. You don't do that.
Who was saying that? Like, who is the handle that was saying that?
Oh, there was a bunch of them, Jackson. There were too many to count. There was a couple of them saying Fran Brown needs to be fired. That's just not right. And I'm just like, I
Oh,
mean,
I saw somebody say that was a publicity stunt or something. It's like, nah, it was serious to me.
and yeah, UConn's blown coverage. Yeah, I was sitting there watching that, and I'm like,
That was
if UConn wins this, like, I'm gonna grill Jackson hard because he made us skip over this game Wednesday. He was like, Syracuse is gonna cover and everything. Jackson, like I said, I know you offered to take me to Vegas. I think I'm gonna take you up on this offer because
oh,
so
there
far
you go.
this season I'm hitting all the over
There
unders
you go.
and
We
parlay.
split the take. There we go. You and I split the take 50-50.
Yes, because Jackson, I'm hitting all of them because I said UConn Syracuse is going to be like a 6 point game, and you were like, no, this isn't UConn basketball. And I'm like, no, UConn football is not that bad. But yes, to touchdown Cox point, um, terrible bone coverage, terrible.
Terrible.
Like
Terrible. Terrible.
it was Jackson. Like, Did you see the play he's talking about?
Oh, yeah. That's bad. That's bad.
Like Jackson, the quarterback, the quarterback had time to throw to the receiver. He could be back there ordering a pizza. That's how wide open he
Oh,
was.
God, that's
That's
bad.
how bad it was.
Oh,
Um, but yeah, but good win for Syracuse though. Gutsy win though. Gutsy is what I call that
but
win.
don't get yourself
Uh,
in those kind of positions every week.
yeah. Um, down goes Liberty to Jacksonville State. Jackson, that was another one that
Temple
that I,
out.
yeah. New Mexico. That was
Oh
a
my
bad
God,
beat.
the border war. Yes, 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 yes.
Jackson, I picked Kansas and they failed me.
I picked Missouri reluctantly, and they succeeded.
Although Jackson, I will say both offenses look really good today.
They look
Um,
humongous.
the defenses, though, if you're a defensive kind of guy or defensive head coach watching that film, you're going to be shaking your head. Um, in like touchdown talk said, I can't believe Kansas lost this. Yeah, I know, right? Um, because Kansas was ahead 21-6 after the first quarter, Jackson. They were looking good. I thought, oh yeah. I was like, oh yeah. I was like, Kansas, like my pick's working out. The Jayhawks are back. And I'm like, and then 15 unanswered by Missouri in the second quarter. And I'm like, well, there's so much for that. But go ahead, go ahead.
Oh man, it was like good grief. Like this was a great game. Like despite like Missouri had a humongous win on this one. Kansas, I will say they look really good for com- competition for conference play. I can't wait to see what they're bringing. But I mean, I'm glad that Jalen Daniels is healthy so far, and he's staying healthy. I'm crossing my fingers. I don't want to jinx him or anything, but I want to see him stay healthy, man.
Mm-hmm. But good win for Missouri, though. It's a good win
But
going forward. Um,
oh yeah, unfortunately, the
mhm,
Kansas defense blew it on this one.
mhm. Bo
That's
Perdula Jackson looked really good today. Yeah, he did. Bo Perdula looked good.
oh
Um,
he looked humongous.
Oregon State Jackson, they
Oh,
might be worse
Fresno
than we
had a
thought,
crazy
buddy.
win right there. I mean, Oregon State, I feel like the only reason why their coach isn't even on a hot seat is because number one is year two. And number two, the fact is, what's the Pac 2, Pac 12? What's that even looking like? That's what they have to be thinking. I mean, there's that. I
Mm-hmm.
mean, but that was a crazy finish by Fresno State. Like, my God. Like, game winning field goal, they're getting that late pit sits.
Mm-hmm.
I can't
Georgia
wait to see
Tech
Georgia
looked
State
good.
Clemson next week.
Scott Satterfield Jackson. Looked good
Bowling
against
Green,
Bowling Green.
Bowling Green sucks. Like, I don't care. Satterfield still sucks. I don't care. I want to see. I want to see if
Uh,
he gets sit. Like, I don't even want. Like, I feel like Satterfield's gonna get City either to a bowl game or just barely. And I'm telling you, Cincinnati's gonna get tired of it. They're gonna get tired of him like Louisville got tired of him. Colorado dominating fashion over Delaware in the Conference USA. Yay! I'm trying to be nice here, ladies and gentlemen, but it's I'm having a hard time with it.
App State won a thriller. Texas
Dude,
State went a couple thrillers if you're into those kind of things. North
maybe.
Texas beat Western Michigan. Navy with a big win. Buffalo, Wisconsin looking good. Jackson next weekend. Bama, Wisconsin, Tuscaloosa. Luke Fickle might be a
Boy,
must-win game. Tune
oh,
in.
we're gonna bet for
Tune in to
Wisconsin
Pittsburgh.
week on Alabama with the boys college football. Hint, hint. West Virginia and Ohio. Ohio can
Oh, hold on, Jackson. Time out. Oh, ho. I was trying to promote our show, good buddy. I understand you love your Bama channel, but look, I was gonna say before Jackson interrupted me, like I have him tonight. So turnabout fair play. Tune in Wednesday to get our predictions. Anywho, as you see, I'm laughing because this is what me and Jackson do. We're that kind of people.
there we go.
Jackson, West Virginia
Oh, we've
had to
known
open
each
their
other
big
for a
mouth
few
and
years.
say,
This is how we roll, man.
yes. West Virginia, they had to say they were taking over Ohio Stadium here against the Bobcats. Go ahead, Jackson.
You
This
know,
is your
West
game.
Virginia just cannot get it done at home. I mean, on the road against Ohio. That it's always kryptonite for them. Like they've not gotten it done in at least quite a while. Definitely before color TV came around. So it's just insane what's going on there. Like,
Mm-hmm.
oh my god, like
Yeah.
this was a crazy
Mhm.
this was a crazy finish right there by Parker Navarro and the Ohio Bobcats. Yeah, so oh my god, like the last time they played at Athens, Ohio was in 1949. 2 years before I Love Lucy was on television, or before they even were really cared about having TV shows back then. Um, West Virginia has not gotten a win in Athens, Ohio, and they still have not, and I don't think they ever will, unfortunately. Oh my god, like this was not a good day, but this is the first year of the Rich Rod era in his second stint, not his fourth year. So relax, relax. It's all good. It's all good.
Mm-hmm. I mean, here's the thing, Jackson. Like Ohio, they are one of the better back teams. So it's not like a ugly ugh, like this is terrible. Like why are we talking about this? It's not one of them, but it is very interesting. Wyoming, good for you. Um, Wake, I'm glad to see you could score more than 10 points against
Yeah.
the Cupcake.
Pitiful.
Rutgers, look
Oh,
good.
impressive.
Yes, Arkansas looked pretty good.
Impressive.
And to touchdown talk point question earlier that we need to answer, Jackson, and which thank you for everyone for being here tonight, staying along with our craziness. I know I could be a lot to handle sometimes, so I appreciate y'all sticking with us, as always. But to his question earlier, he says, opinion on Arkansas and Taylor Green. Too early to tell still? What do you think, Jackson?
Let's see what he could do the next 3 games against Ole Miss, Memphis, and Notre Dame. I can't wait to see what he's gonna bring. I'm waiting for. I'm on pins and needles, sitting there waiting for Arkansas Ole Miss next Saturday on ESPN. I'm watching like a hawk
Yes.
for that one.
To
Oh,
answer your question, touchdown talk. Yeah, it's still early. We're week 2 in the season. They played 2 cupcakes. Like Jackson said, they play Ole Miss next week, their first conference game. if he can torch the Ole Miss defense, which is pretty darn good right now, coming off of a massive performance against the Cats today, then we'll have our answer. As for Arkansas, as a team, like Jackson said, they've got a stretch coming up with Memphis and Notre Dame, those type teams. We're really going to find out what they're made of. Southern Miss got the win. Bryant, good. Cal look impressive again, Jackson, but it's
Yeah,
against
but
Texas Southern.
yeah,
Missouri Missouri State, their first win as a full FCS member, FBS member, not
FBS.
FCS,
Yeah.
FBS.
Hmm.
Old Dominion, East Carolina, Florida Atlantic. Bill Belichick gets his first career win against Charlotte. How about that, Jackson? How about them Tar Heels?
Well, Charlotte
And,
sucks right now.
and Trojan Fight says, "What's going on, Jackson?"
What is going
And
on,
Touchdown
Trojan
Talk,
Fight? How you doing tonight, good buddy?
and he says, "Ole Miss on the road is a big test." Yes. Next
Oh,
weekend,
it.
our eyes are going to be peeled on it. And 1-2 says, "Go Army." Yes. Let's talk about it now.
This is
Jackson.
hell for Kansas State, but there's a humongous win for the Army Black Knights. I mean, Army needed this. I mean, because it was like last week, it was all darkness and terrible after that loss to Tarleton State. But they got a much needed victory against Kansas State. And they get to sit with a bye week relaxing. And that was a humongous win right there. And I always tell people, if you're going to have a sure bet, always make sure to bet on Army to beat the spread against an FBS, a Power Four opponent, because they always give them trouble under Jeff Monken. Case in point, Oklahoma 2018, Michigan 2019. They were given. Oh man, like even though they weren't really given, who are we calling? Well, they didn't have any Power Four team. They didn't give Notre Dame any trouble last season. And I'm going
Mm-hmm.
ahead and looking back at their past schedules. I mean, they didn't quite give Syracuse trouble. They gave Boston College trouble in 2023. 2022. Oh, they didn't give Wake Forest trouble, but that's okay. Like they've given a lot of Power Four teams a lot of trouble under Jeff Monken, and they will
Mm-hmm.
continue to do so as long as they have him as their head coach. And honestly,
And Jackson,
oh
I I, I want to say this too, Jackson. I've been on a bragging spree tonight about my picks, Jackson. I'm going to give you credit right now for this one. You called it Wednesday night. You said, "Watch out for Army," and this was one of your Jacksons. I believe you picked Kansas State, but you told me this was going to be closer than the experts have it. And
yeah.
Jackson, I believe 1-2 called it as well.
Yep.
Here's the thing, Jackson. Dylan
He's not too
Edwards not
happy
being
about
healthy.
the what. Yeah, 1-2's not too happy with the refs about how they were in the Kansas State Army game, honestly. And ooh, sounds
And
like I
I'll say
missed
this.
a bunch of it tonight because I was keeping an eye on Bama, but it's like I'm sorry about that, man.
Yeah, the refs were kind of bad tonight. I mean, especially for Kansas State, they were it was kind of but Jackson, Dylan Edwards needs to get back in a hurry. Oh my gosh, Kansas State Jackson, they need him and they need him back in that backfield. Their offense looks so lost without him. Avery Johnson Jackson, he's doing everything he can. But without Dylan Edwards back there and healthy, I'm concerned for Kansas State, Jackson. I picked them to win the Big 12. And boy, am I looking stupid right now.
Well, there's
But
plenty of football left remaining. I'm not saying that they will rebound. I'm saying anything can happen in the crazy world of college football.
mm-hmm.
Weird things tend to happen, and we're gonna find out what they could do against Arizona next week.
And 1-2 says, "What did I tell y'all about upset?" I said on Wednesday, this was upset Saturday. Well, 1-2, I'm glad you brought that up because I picked a couple upsets. I told Jackson about Mississippi State. I told him about UConn. Now, the South Florida 1-1-2, I was more on that bandwagon. You were doubting me on that one. I said South Florida, even though I picked the Gators, but
574 skate rat. Oh man, he was talking about Brandon Bat on Florida. Being a complete and total douchebag idiot. I'm not gonna quit. I'm not gonna quit ragging on him. Honestly, I mean, if you don't want to be ragged on, don't spit on an opponent's player. Don't be spitting on opponents. Don't be doing that. Don't be acting like a jerk off to people. That's just a no. Oh, and Houston, congrats on a fine victory against the Rice Owls, by the way,
yes,
and a congrats to the Army
Jackson.
Black Knights.
Yes. Scott Frost is 2-0, Jack. He took care of business. Good for him. Toledo Jackson making a statement against WKU today. Jason Campbell making a big time statement against the Toppers today at home. Colorado State nearly escaped by Northern Colorado. Memphis avoided the Georgia State trap. Tulane had a scare from South Alabama today. Long Island, which they were able to beat Eastern Michigan, which
Oh my
congratulations to
god,
Long Island.
that's TJ Ronan's alma mater, Eastern Michigan. Yikes, my
So
dude.
sorry, TJ. Yeah, you're 0 for 2 today, good buddy. But that's okay. But congratulations to Long Island, though. This is a big win, Jackson, because you want to know why it's a big win? Because you have a certain Long Island player on your network who happens to be an offensive lineman for the Sharks. Donovan Gibbs.
Oh yeah.
Congratulations. Donovan Gibbs at the voice of college football with Rutgers.
Yes.
Who happens with Adam and Gabriel Pickup. He's there every Mondays and Saturdays when they're, of course, not playing. So go give them check them out. He plays for Long Island, so congratulations. This is a great win. I'm happy for you. And I actually watched a little bit of this game, funny enough, just for that. But Auburn looked impressive. Good for them. Hugh Freeze, you still need to win some more big games before we crown you champions, okay? Don't be claiming anything.
We're going to go ahead and put the Rutgers channel link in the chat.
Yes. Wow, Jackson does that.
Jesus Christ! Jesus! And that was in Plattsburgh, Virginia?
Yes. Vanderbilt Jackson was down 20-10 at halftime, and then Vandy turned it on in the second half. Diego Pavia and company got it going, and the Commodores Jackson at night in Blacksburg looked pretty good.
In Blacksburg. Oh, Brett Pry, he's on a scorching hot seat. He is toasting right now. Like, I mean, I was telling you that I suspect he's a hot seat coach if Virginia Tech is losing this one.
Just like you do with me, Jackson, I'm going to give you full props and credit right here, right now. Jackson said it after week 1. He said Brent Pry might be on a scorching hot seat if they don't beat Vandy. And Jackson, I'm here tonight to give you some more of your credit, good buddy. Just like you do me. Just like when I make a good.
We give each other credit, and we'll give you credit, chat.
Yes. We're not afraid to give anybody credit if we're proven wrong. And Jackson, yeah, you might be right. Brent Pry, I know there's a lot of season left, but he needs to get it together. Nebraska, good for them. You 68 Akron. Now shoot, Matt Rule. USC looked good.
Oh, great. He'd be mad.
This right here, Jackson.
Oh my God.
What a classic.
That was huge.
I had 4 devices running at once. I had a computer, phone, TV, and my tablet. And on the tablet, I had Boston College, Michigan State. What a game.
That was a fantastic finish by Michigan State. Fantastic finish by Aiden Childs. Oh my God.
Yes. And Jackson, for all the Aiden Childs doubters, he proved a lot of them wrong tonight. He had his ankle rolled up on and everything. And he still finished that game, and he showed his heart. He showed his guts tonight. Aiden Childs may be the guy to lead Michigan State to good things in the future. What those good things are, I don't know. And Skeet Rat says USC was playing a crap team. They want a cookie. No, like Jackson says, they get a cookie for that. That's all.
Mm-hmm.
They play Purdue next weekend. If they beat Purdue, we might acknowledge them some more.
Oh
Until
man, what
then,
let's oh man.
but anywho, hey, speaking of Purdue, there they are. Funny enough,
They're a
Purdue
disaster
with a big one. Hey, they won though, Jackson.
for
Coastal
now.
Carolina, ugly win.
Crap. They're
Louisiana. Uh,
Let's talk about your
final
boys
two
for
games.
a bit.
Yes. It was an ugly, gutsy win, but we got it done, Jackson. And I know people may look at this and say, well, James Madison, how can we feel about this? Well, James Madison, I feel like, is a borderline top 25 team. I've said that for quite a bit now to anybody that'll listen. And I think going forward, they may not lose another game on their schedule, but they're a really good team. They give people trouble. And me and Jackson even said on Wednesday, don't be surprised if the Louisville JMU is coming down to a field goal kick at the end or going on a game-winning drive to win it. Don't be surprised because they do this to teams. They did to North Carolina when they scuffed them a couple of years ago and put 70 up on them. But go ahead.
Oh man, like I was just kind of like James Madison's going to keep it close with Louisville, because what they did to North Carolina last year. I mean, just because Sidney's gone does not mean that magic is gone. Like Bob Chesney's doing a pretty good job. Like somebody is going to snatch him up. Maybe Virginia Tech.
Good thinking, Jack. But
I mean, it's in state,
this
so there
is
you go. I mean, you don't have to
but
move.
I will
mean,
say
you're
this.
not having, yeah, I mean, you're not having to worry about like go, hey, wife, kids, do you want to move? Oh, we're just moving towns. No worries. Don't worry. There's Facebook. There's Twitter and
Yeah.
Instagram. No worries.
But I will say this though, Jackson. I'm proud of my guys. We showed a lot of heart tonight. This is a good win. It's a stepping stone forward. But we've got bigger and better things coming up. We got Bowling Green up on the schedule. We got to go to Pitt, which is never an easy place to play. We got Virginia Tech. We've got SMU, Miami, Clemson, coming down the pipe. Lots of things to clean up. Lots of things to get better. But we're 2-0. We're undefeated. Let's get back to work. Northwestern, good win. They didn't look completely hopeless. Maryland Jackson surviving a scare against Northern Illinois.
All right.
Jackson, Maryland. What are we thinking? Mike Loxley, is he saving his job as we know it? Or is it too early to tell?
I give it a couple months. I give it a few more
months.
weeks, matter of fact.
Right. And Jackson, more credit to you. Boise State looked like Boise State again, just like you said they would. But
I mean, Eastern Washington hell, so.
But that was week 2. Let's do a couple score updates before we head out. Arizona, spank.
Oh yeah,
Washington
Weber
State.
State getting the belt to ass. San Diego State belt to ass.
Hawaii's winning. Nevada won.
Oh my god! Like I think Steve Merrill. Like if you're watching the Under the Radar Pits of the Week on the Voice of College Football from Patreon, Steve Merrill picked Hawaii to beat the spread against Sam Houston State. So if you got it on your parlay and Hawaii beats spread, let's just say you're going to be very happy, ladies and gentlemen. You're going to be very happy.
BYU Jackson. looked good against Stanford. The Frank Wright era is not looking good.
No.
Washington State dominant. UTEP dominant. New Mexico State surviving a squeaker.
Oh,
UNLV beats UCLA, and the Dan Mullen era is 3-0, and Nico Lamalivo is
the
0-2.
shitter is full over at UCLA.
Oh Lord.
Oh,
But
it's a joke, of course, on Bola because he kind of looks like Cousin Eddie, and that's like the iconic line from Christmas Vacation, of course.
But that was Saturday and Friday's games, though. Jackson, week 2, not a very big slate, not a lot of headline games that you would write about, but we had a couple upsets. Who is your week 2 winner? Who's your week 2 winner, Jackson? Who gets the winner this week? I've got
Alabama. No,
mine.
I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. In all
Don't do
seriousness,
that.
though, you knew I was kidding. But anyway,
Um,
South Florida, Oklahoma,
uh-huh.
and
Uh-huh.
Iowa State are my 3 biggest winners. 3 biggest losers
Okay.
are Florida. Oh, Mississippi State's my 4th biggest winner, so I forgot to add them.
I was about to say, don't be. Um, I would probably say for my winners would probably be Baylor, Mississippi State, Iowa State, and then of course Oklahoma would be my 4 this week. What about
Biggest
your losers?
losers. Oh, go
Mhm.
ahead. Oh man,
Oh, go ahead. I was just saying, go ahead with your
okay.
losers.
Biggest losers. Nico Amaliva, basically his dumbass dad. Talking in his ear.
Uh huh.
Oklahoma State, Florida.
Mm-hmm.
Hmm. I think I'm sorry to do this to Michigan, but Michigan.
I'm probably gonna say Oklahoma State, Mike Leach, Billy Napier,
Mike Leach.
Florida, and Michigan.
Did you say Mike Leach?
Yeah, Mike Leach is a big loser.
How so? Are you talking about Mike Gundy?
Not Mike Leach, Mike Gundy. I'm so sorry. R.I.P. Mike Gundy. Thank you, Jackson.
You're welcome. Yeah, it's like
Um,
Mike Leach ain't causing
I
any
apologize.
trouble. He's just vibing in heaven, watching some Netflix and chill, man.
I don't know why I said Mike Leach. My head went somewhere else. I apologize. Like, it's okay. That's what we're here for. Me and Jackson both do slip ups. Mike Gundy's the big loser. Mike Leach is a winner.
Oh
Mr.
yeah.
Mike Leach, you're a winner. We love you. Mr. Gundy, you're a big loser this week. Oh gosh. Some Tennessee fans are winners because Nico left. And to his point, last question. Do you think game day is in trouble with Lee Corson no longer there? I think it's lost a little bit of its luster because he's not there, but I think Saban and McAfee being there kind of helps make up for it somewhat. Go ahead,
Here's
buddy.
the thing, though: is Kirk Herbstreit leaving College Game Day after 2026? That's gonna be the question, though, because it was like when Chris Fowler left College Game Day, you would think it was gonna hurt it, right? Because he was like, "Okay, I can't do Saturday night football, College Game Day, and do tennis calls at the same time. I can't be doing that constantly, so I gotta lighten the workload a little bit, right?" You were thinking
Mm-hmm.
that's gonna hurt it, right? No, still same old, because you got Reese Davis taking over, right? But then, like, Lee Corso, it's like you notice ESPN was, like, really trotting them out when they really shouldn't have been, right? And now that Corso,
Mm-hmm.
because it's like because it was like they were throwing all that money on Pat McAfee, and they got Nick Saban on there, right? But what's gonna happen
Mm-hmm.
if Kirk Herbstreit leaves College Game Day? I think it's out for good. Like, I mean, it's like me, I'm just kind of like, College Game Day is on TV, cool. I mean, if it's not cool. But I did have on Ruby Dreyer Finley from College Game Day's productions crew in March. So at some point, expect to see her back on an episode before the end of the year. Like we'll be going over our take on what's going on with game day from there. We'll have a better answer for you by then.
But with that being said, though, Jackson, speaking of that, since you mentioned it earlier, why don't we tell the good people where they can find us, where they can look at us if they want to, or stalk us if they want to, which I
No,
know
they
why
ain't
you would.
stalking. They're stalking. It's not going to be a good day. Let's put it that way.
But there is one place. If you do want to hear Jackson rant about UNL Monroe, Alabama, since he doesn't want to give any of it out here, no hard feelings, no hard feelings. You know where to find it. Alabama at the Voice of College Football, where not only there's that, but there's also some great stuff coming your way, a brand new call-in show, a brand new system, so to speak, and plenty of other great stuff. Jackson, tell the people about Alabama at the Voice of College Football.
Yeah, I mean, they can find me Mondays and Thursdays, of course, on Crimson Tide Live and on the call-in show. They could sometimes find me on the Primetime Live show here and there Tuesdays, but we've got lined up. We've got lined up with Ryan Herrings from Locked On Badgers coming on in, discussing his take on the Badgers for the preview of Alabama, Wisconsin. Let me tell you something, folks. That's going to be a fun one, all right there. On Alabama with the Voice of College Football, tune in. You won't want to miss it. And Primetime Live, we're going over a little more on Alabama, Wisconsin. We're just like deep diving on this game. But minutes before game is over, we are starting up, cranking up the post game shows. All right there on Alabama with the Voice of College Football. And the call-in show is going to look a little bit different Thursday night. It's going to be here and there, but you'll notice the differences when we have it. That's all right there on Alabama with the Voice of College Football. We're 98 subs away from 3,000. Let's get the 3,000 subs before September 30th.
Jackson, not only can they find you on that, but tell the good people of YouTube land where they can find you if they're brand new to your channel.
Well, they can find me on right here on Jackson Johnson 979. At some point, I am going to change my handle for YouTube. Don't know what's going to be just yet, but we'll get figured. But I'll get figured out. But you can see my collaborations with Sports Talk with Austin on Pits Analysis and the Final Whistle, and the Buzzer Beater for another upcoming season with Will and D in a couple months. So, and of course, they can check out the Jacksonian, where I will be having upcoming episodes with Mountaineer Paul from Locked On West Virginia, where we not only talk about his take on the Mountaineers, but we talk about his backstory as well. What's backstory exactly? Well, that's why you tune in. Let me tell you something, folks. That's going to be a fun ride. And check out another upcoming episode. I will be filming with Sonny Verma from Locked On Illini, and he's got an upcoming show at On3. What's the show going to be? Well, we're going to learn a lot about that. All right there on Jacksonian. And for more updates on what's got going on the Jacksonian and on my collaborations with Austin and Will and D and Jeffrey Don't Talk Sports and on Alabama Voice College Football, check me out on JatsBOCFB on /Twitter and on Instagram and threads at Jackson Johnson 54390. Austin, what have you got?
And once again, Steve with the Voice of College. Steve, you gotta give that up, good buddy. I appreciate it. I love it.
Steve, if you want to see Austin be a host of the Louisville channel for the Voice College Football, email markrogerstv@gmail.com. Email Mark, let him know that's what you want to see happen.
Oh, and let's not forget either, Jackson, where people can find you on Blue Sky.
Well, they can also find me on Blue Sky. I've not done a lot of posts down there lately, but I need to get back to. to that though, they can check me out on Jackson Johnson 97 Blue Sky Social at Blue Sky, where some say the skies are blue, the skies are gray, the skies are overcast, but I say to each their own. But yeah, just Steve, don't be like emailing like tonight because he's in bed, but like do it during the daytime.
Anywho, real fast. You can find me here on Sports Talk with Austin 2002 as well. Here where, as you see, where me and Jackson do picks analysis and the final whistle together on every Wednesday and Saturday nights as well. And I also have my various shorts and videos that come out through the week and other great collaborations. You can find me on Twitter/X as well. And with that being said, we appreciate everyone being here. We're in full swing of college football. We're 2 weeks in. It's hard to believe, but it's on to week 3. And we will see you all back here Wednesday night at 11 Eastern, 10 Central, barring anything crazy happening. We'll see here for week 3 picks and analysis. But with that being said, though, Jackson, you know what time it is. And it's not time to blow the rest whistle. Hit our music. And we're out. Go Cards, everybody.